Hi, my name is Meagan Johnson. I'm a professional speaker, generational expert, and generational humorist. I speak to groups, associations, and corporations like yours about the ever-changing generational dynamic that is blowing through our workforce, our corporations, and our offices today. Now, recently I had an audience member. She approached me before the presentation and she said to me, is it going to be all about generational stereotypes? She said to me, I do not like stereotypes. And I have to agree with her. I don't like stereotypes either. I like generational signposts. Generational signposts are events or phenomena that are specific to one generation. Generational signposts explain how events, technologies, and economic forces shape various groups of people. People born during a certain time period or a certain time frame have experienced similar situations and can be differentiated from other generations. So what can you do with this information when you are working with multiple generations? Well, let's take the millennial generation. Everybody's talking about the millennial generation. These are people born after 1980. When I have lots of millennials in my audience, I ask the millennials, in 2002, how old were you in 2002? And I get ages from 12 years old, 13 years old, 16 years old, 17 years old. But basically in 2002, the millennials of today were in their early to late teens. In 2002, let's take that 12-year-old. She influenced $300 to $400 billion of the family spending, over 80% of the family apparel choices, and over 50% of the family car choices. That was before she could even drive. Baby boomers, you have brought teamwork into the family, and you encourage conversations with your millennial children. You talked about where to go out to eat, what type of electronics to buy, where should we go on vacation. And not only did you have these discussions with your children, but their opinion mattered. And that is one reason millennials, many millennials, are strong collaborators and are very successful in a collaborative work environment. 74% of millennials rank collaborative work environment as their number one or number two most important characteristic of a rewarding place to work. So what does that mean? That means we need to offer millennials multi-layered career paths. Millennials really have turned away from that traditional corporate ladder. In fact, the corporate ladder has disintegrated. And when we say things to millennials like, you need to pay your dues before you climb the ladder, and your opinion has merit at this organization, that is a total disconnect. Look for ways to be able to encourage your millennials to have different experiences at your organizations. I recently spoke for the Association of Chiefs of Police in Colorado. Now here's my own bias. I assumed because these were law enforcement people, they would be very rigid. I thought they're not going to be very open to new ideas. But I was wrong. See, that was my own stereotype. I was wrong. In fact, one of the chiefs expressed to me, shared with me, he said, in the past, it used to be that someone wanted to be a detective forever. They became a detective and they were a detective. He said, but that's the old way of thinking. And the new detectives that are entering the force today, a 4 to 5 year stint, that's about as long as they want to be a detective. He said, so we've had to change. And we move people out of the role of detective after 4 or 5 years. He said, roles like in burglary, we have even shorter stays, 3 to 4 months. He said, the drawback is that you're losing a good person. But the benefit is you have somebody new, a fresh perspective coming on board. Offering these multi-layered career paths, different opportunities for millennials to grow and have different experiences in the work environment. An industry that can do this very well is the construction industry. Ironically, the construction industry is struggling to find millennial employees as their older employees age. But really, in the construction industry, an industry where you can have an apprenticeship or a craft training, this is an industry where you can learn a skill, hit the ground running, and you begin your career with no student debt. It's opportunities like these that really embrace and intrigue the millennial generation. I'm Meagan Johnson. I look forward to seeing you in my audiences, and I look forward to hearing from you online. Look for my next video where we talk about the ever-changing generations in the workforce and what we can do to communicate and enhance our relationships. Bye.